Hey everybody, it's Kathryn. We are starting in just another minute. I just wanted to give folks a chance to find us and get on, and it'll be just another less than a minute. But I do want to say that if you are signing on, be sure and grant StreamYard permission to see your name. That way I can see your questions and comments. Now, right now, this is only being presented on Facebook, but I will be posting this to my private mail list. That is the people who are in the circle, and they are the TOC Money Mindset Mastery members. Okay, so be sure and grant permission, and we're going to be getting started real soon. Hey, as you sign on, be sure and say hello, because it lets me know that people can see this, but they're not necessarily showing me who. So once you give permission, be sure and type in a hello. Hey, Lenora, I'm so glad you could make it on. Thanks for joining today. We never know who's going to be in the lives, but two people have asked for me to do a card pull for them, and I'm going to do that at the start of the hour, and then we will go into the live call. Okay, let's get started. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and this is an event hosted by the TOC Money Mindset Mastery Group and the Big Vision Coach. And what we're doing today is one of my favorite things. In fact, this is something that I had to learn early in my journey. It was the thing I had the biggest resistance to learning, and I'm so glad I did. And it has turned out that there have been so many times that the ability to read the cards has actually, it's been a way to have, like family gatherings, and we've been able to do discussions. My family, we're open to all of these things spiritual, but because of this skill, I know that I can take a little deck of cards and go anywhere in the world and just say, would anybody like a reading? And so I've been able to do that. And way back in the day when I was first starting my business, it was my side hustle to work as a professional psychic. I was a card reader at parties, and it was so exciting to go do that because, I'm up, I'm expressive, but I'm at heart kind of an introvert, and parties and gatherings and network events can be a little challenging for me because my natural shyness, believe it or not, pops up. But I would go to these parties, and everybody was excited that I was there. They all wanted to talk to me, and then they gave me money when I left. So it was like the best day ever. The best day ever. And one of the things that would happen at these events is there would be a long line of people. And I might be working at a trade show, I might be at a private party, I might be at a corporate event, and suddenly there'd be this long line of 30 to 40 people, and I would be doing one card readings, one card readings, one card readings. And just that was probably the best thing for my development, and the feedback I got gave me so much more confidence. So I don't know why I'm sharing all this with you, except to say I've been doing this a long time, and I would encourage anybody to, if you've been looking for a skill, but one that's really great for your own personal growth and personal development, to explore the different themes of consciousness and our human experience and to get to know ourselves. But also, you want to be able to have a reliable side hustle, learn to read tarot. I do it now because I just love it. I love the energy of it. It gives me a great way to um, connect with folks. Thank you, Remy. Thank you for saying that. Can I show you the back 1 minute? Do you know what my granddaughter said? It's like, Nana, you look like a Karen. Can I talk to the manager, please, and complain? So thank you, Remy. All right. So here's what we're going to do, kind of how we're going to do it. We always have a theme. Let me get to, sorry, my mouse is wonky. First, let's start with this idea that we want to frame our questions. Now, this is a money tarot reading today. And so we want to come from this state of abundance. So here's the quote: living the life that you love and loving the life and that you live in the truest is the truest. This did not come out right, but basically, living the life that you love and loving the life that you live is the truest demonstration of abundance. I had a little typo there. So this is whether or not you have cash money. I want you to be able to live a life of abundance. I grew up working, what we call kind of the working poor. My mom was a waitress for a long time. My dad, before he got into grocery stores, was a delivery driver for Neiman Marcus, but worked hard and came from farm people, right? So hard work was kind of built into the DNA. And it was business that really helped to elevate our life, right? And so life started kind of circulating around the store. But I have to give props to my mom because she wanted us to live and enjoy life wherever we were at whatever degree. So we learned, whether we had a lot or had a little, how to enjoy what was available to us, to savor it. And even if the meals were meager, and there were times it was beans and cornbread, not because we were feeling, old fashioned, but because that's all we could afford, we savored it, we delighted in it. And my dad started telling stories about the farm, and we started laughing, and we just had all these wonderful experiences. And so I could carry that with me, and it's from that state of natural abundance, whatever level where you're looking at your money, there is still abundance. Here's the second part to this idea, and this is going to relate to the tarot. I want you to think about the abundance that you want, there's something in you. And I know right now that inflation is high and there's this constriction in the economy that's happening. And at the same time, there's still a lot of opportunities, there's blessings, and there's still a big need in the marketplace. And there is still opportunities for people at every level of their experience. I mean, like at every social level. Okay. There are opportunities. Okay. There's joy to live. But I want you to think about the level that you want to live at, of ease, of being in that flow. And yeah, having money is great because I love doing things like going to the theater and eating out. And I love going to eat out and eat really good food, really great restaurants, right? And I love vacations and spa days and all of that. And part of that is not just because I'm deserving and I'm better. Part of that actually goes to self care and self love. Okay. Part of that goes to nurturing and filling up my cup. But if I don't go to a spa day or go to the fancy restaurant or go get to do those things, I can still find ways to fill up my cup. But having said that, there is a level of abundance that is your birthright. I want you to breathe into that idea that it is your birthright as a conscious creator. And you may have an idea of it, but then you have a conflicting idea about it, which we have, conflicting beliefs. You may go mentally, of course I can. I've got skills and talents. I've got life experience. I see people just like me making lots of money. But what is it about me that's not that doesn't feel like I can have that. So we might call that a gap, right? What is the gap between the experience you're having right now and the abundance that you feel in your heart? Not jealousy or ego, not the ego going, why do they get to have it and not me? That's not what I'm talking about. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a part of you that goes, yeah, I long for that. There's something that says it's possible, even though there seems to be a lot of evidence in your own personal experience to the contrary. There is something that won't shut up about that greater thing. Okay? I want you to just tune in and just think to yourself, one, can you get a mental image of you living an abundant life? And just let yourself just take that moment, breathe into that, and get a sense of, does that picture seem fuzzy? Or you're like, yeah, it could be, but it does, you're not getting any emotional connection to it. Let's do this. Let's quantify it. And a tool that's really helpful, and it actually makes it easy to shift things faster, is to rate things. When we make it measurable, it makes it real. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, when you think about you living your abundant life, and now as you tune into that, you think about, visualize, picture in your mind's eye, you think about how that would feel. How realistic on a scale of 1 to 10 does that feel? 1, not at all. 10, like, oh yeah, I'm just waiting on the phone call, right? I'm just waiting on that next thing. All right. So for yourself, you don't have to put it in here, but if you came up with a number, just type yes so that I know that you're with me and we're doing this together. Okay. I did this exact exercise this morning, and I was thinking about, yeah, I can, yeah, it's possible because there's a level I want to go in my life, right? And but the image was not quite. There's a click. There's a feeling I get in me when it's like, yeah, go, let's do this. Yep, that's the thing. And it felt fuzzy. So like when I first did it, I was like, I don't know what number would that be. And so what I use is muscle testing. So let me see. This is my left hand. So make a loop, and then I would just go on a scale of 1 to 10. I feel 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I feel 4. And I'm casting myself back to this morning. Okay. So then I would think, well, if it were true, if it were truly possible, and I knew what that was, what if I could allow it? I wonder what I would have to think about, tell myself, or imagine in order to see that. Why would I do that? Well, because I want to increase it. If I want to take it from a 4 to a 7, what do I have to think about, tell myself, or remember? Maybe I have to remember the time that I got a funny idea to put out a 20-20-20 offer because had just opened my office, and this is before PayPal, guys. And I had an email. I was part of an email thread. I didn't even have a website. I didn't have anything. But I went in there and said, hey, I'm doing this special because I opened my office. And if you want to do a session with me for 20 minutes, it's only $20. And you can mail your cash, check, or money order to this address. Here's my number, and we'll set up a time. And they would call and set up the time. As soon as their envelope came in, I said, that's what, solidifies your appointment. Guess who had a month-long experience of people mailing cash and checks? No one bothered for a money order. But I'd go, and then my mailbox was full of cash. And I go, yeah, that was just an idea, and I spoke it. So I remembered. And then I have to tell myself, yeah, I'm a creator. And then so I have to think about, where am I putting my thoughts and my ideas? I have to think about that image, that possibility, and the thing I want rather than the thing that I don't want, which is based on what I used to think about. I have to think about, tell myself, or remember. And then that's a great thing. If you did nothing else, we have an incredible technique called the one command. So now I'm going to muscle test again. So I've thought about it. I remembered on a scale of 1 to 10 as I think about living in that rich abundance. Now, just energetically, I'm holding this at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, it is super strong. I am pulling 13, 4. I mean, like, it feels absolute. Who got benefit out of that? Have you ever heard me talk about it like that before? Okay. So try for yourself now. The question is, what do I have to think about, tell myself, or remember in order to make that true? And then I'm going to tell you why we're doing all this, because it has to do with these two cards. So think about the thing, remember, and then what are you going to tell yourself? Instead of like, I wish I could, I always try, but I can't. No, what do you have to tell yourself instead? That it's possible, that I deserve this, that I'm able to do this. Do you want me to say the statement again? What do I have to think about, tell myself, or remember to increase this number from a 4 to a 7, right? And remember I said from a 4 to a 7, not to get to a 10. And what happened? I thought about it, I told myself, and I remembered. You watched me do that, telling this little story. And then I muscle tested. And then I could, it's like, man, I'm not up to a 10. I hit 13, 14, 15, 20, like I jumped up there. So if you felt a shift, just type in the number 1. If you still feel stuck, tell me a number 2. Type in a number 2. If you felt a shift, type in a number 1. If you still feel stuck, type in a number 2. Ooh, Lenora, Remy, 1.5. Hey, half is still big. You know, we have been thinking, telling ourselves this has been deeply embedded. We're repeating family programming. We're repeating what our family told us about us. We're repeating to ourselves this thing that we told ourselves over and over again. It's happening consciously, unconsciously. It's just running like a record player or a tape or the ever looping digital file now, right? So good. There's no right or wrong. It's just a measurement. And like I said, quantifying is going to help you shift. So there's a part of you that doesn't believe. Okay. Now here's what I want you to do. We always talk about positive or negative beliefs like they're good or bad, but it's not good or bad. When we say positive or negative, is it moving you forward or pulling you backwards? That's what we're talking about. Is it a positive charge or a negative charge on your energy? But there is no judgment. There's no good or bad. There's literally no right or wrong. Breathe in. All you can do is observe your experience. And then I want you to think about this. If you redirected your mind to saying, I want to observe something new in my experience, and I want some new evidence, right? I want to have new thoughts. You're going to have to start negating and cutting off those thoughts. I just heard this fabulous little talk by Henry Winkler, the Fonz on Happy Days. And he was like, when there's a negative thought, everybody goes, oh, life sucks. And he said, and they put a period at the end of it. He said, no, remove that period. He says, life sucks. And he says, and you have no right to say that to me. Life sucks, and I am choosing to make it better. Take out that period, add the word and the thing that you want. Okay? And that way it busts up that energy. And that's how you can start redirecting your thoughts. Okay? All righty. So Lenora on our muscle testing went from 5.5 to 8.5. Great. Good job, everybody. Thank you for playing along. I really appreciate that. So here's what we're doing. See the two large cards? I'm going to talk about the one on the far right first, the Chariot card. This is a timing card because now we have entered into the time of Cancer. We're coming into summer. And a lot of times when we read the Chariot card, we always go, oh, opposing forces. We have to manage those. But really, this is a time of things are going full steam ahead. Okay. This is a time there's something in you that goes, let's go. We're raring to go. And things start going so well that sometimes we can either get a little arrogant and not pay attention to the signs that, hey, we need to redirect ourselves a little, right? Or we just can blast right past our goal. So we want to be directed. Now, the other thing about this, now Remy's the astrologer. Okay, guys, be sure if you have not made friends with Remy, be sure, please connect with her or through Facebook. She has done my astrology chart. She is the first and only astrologer that I really feel like nailed me, that I could really resonate. And she brought up aspects that nobody had ever talked to me about before. Her work is phenomenal. And so if you've been thinking it's time to get a chart done, Remy, I don't know if you were ready for this, but I'm putting the word out about you. I'm putting you on blast, honey, because you're amazing. She's an incredible astrologer. She'll tell you more about this. But this is Cancer energy, which is, hey, Cancer loves luxury, beauty, it's home, family. So there could be some of your family programming up, and there could be some of your mother programs up because Cancers love their mama. And if there is a mother wound there could be some of that up right now. I'm an Aquarian, blessed with the Cancer daughter, which is, I believe, a gift from God because she has not always been easy, but my God, I can't think of a child who would be more loving and forgiving than a Cancer daughter. I am so stinking proud of that girl. I love her so much. Um, so that's what we're in the time of. And we've just come out of in tarot the time of the lovers, where it's been like a lot of speculation and research, and I want to do it, and I just love this, and I want to get back to what's true and right for me. And then you're having a new conversation with yourself. You find that you're reaching out and there's new connections in the world. And now this is the time, the sun's on your side and the energetic forces are there. So the Chariot is our timing card. The next card that we're using to frame our conversation today is the beautiful Empress. Now, the Empress, she is rich abundance in her surroundings. Like whatever garden you put her in, whatever environment you put her in, she's going to arrange it beautifully. It's going to suit her, and she will create beauty out of chaos, right? She'll bring order, and things just naturally flower and are more abundant around her. Like she is actually pregnant in this. So there's this pregnant possibility, this fulfillment, right? So this rich abundance in your environment. And maybe that's why I wanted to tell you the story about, hey, we were poor, living in a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in Pleasant Grove, right? 750 square feet, which now I, would probably sell for $300,000. But we got it from our grandmother. And I didn't wear shoes till I was 18, right? All the time till I was 18. But it was, our home was so beautiful and organized, and my mom like made curtains, and it just was so pretty and cute. And there was this pride that we always had that she brought. She brought this gift of beauty. So for me, like I talked about my daughter is the Cancer, well, my mother really embodies that Empress, right? And so that's the field of energy that I'm talking about. Your mother is also here. And if there's a, like I said, that mother wound is up and it's blocking your money. Okay. So if there is a block in your finances during this season, you want to look to any of the programs you got from your mother or your mother's side of the family. Okay. But what we're doing is we're framing this in, hey, it's time to go full speed ahead. And we've got the Empress and everything's on our side and we are going to go for it. The other part in our readings is I'm only going to be using what's called the major arcana cards, which have to do with our soul path, okay, and our life journey. So I'm going to have you just frame in your mind, not only for me, but for everybody here. I want you to please hold the intention that everybody's going to get the reading that they need and that the readings that come through today are in alignment with their highest and greatest good and for no harm to anyone else, but for the good for all. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to take a little sip of water. All right. Thanks, everybody who showed up today. Now, there's two people who asked me to pull a card for them. I agreed to, and then we're going to go into the group reading. And I'm looking at the list here. Right now, it's just us chickens. We've got Lenora, Remy, and Emily. Okay, and that's the order I'm going to do the readings in. Okay, so first card pull is for Pia. This card is for Pia, and then the next one's for Judy, and then we go into our life, folks. Hello, beautiful. Oh my God. Have I ever told you that I'm the luckiest girl in the world? Just the people who are in this group, in my sphere of influence, that just these souls, these powerful women. All right. I'm going to riffle, just shuffle back and forth. This one popped up. Okay. All right. Here you go. Oh, Pia, you get the beautiful lover's card. So there's a new partnership. And the thing is, I feel like this has already kind of shown up for you, and it's not romantic. This feels more business than personal. But the thing is, right now it's been a little bit of honeymoon stage, and y'all have been in that. Oh, here's the great possibility, but it's time to really sit down and talk realities and roles and responsibilities. But the partnership, if it has not shown up yet, it's about to, and it's going to be blessed. And it's they say masculine and feminine energy, but this does not mean it's going to necessarily be a male partner. It's going to be someone, a counterpart, who has this incredible ability to balance and complement you. Like if you're very much in your feminine energy and you can gather and build those relationships, this person can kind of go out and take charge and make some things happen for you. All right, so that one popped up for you. If that rings true, do me a favor, post in the comments in the event page and let me know how I did. Okay, the next person is Judy Hurtado. Judy asked for one card, and we are going to tune into that. We're going to be a little more luxurious today. It's just us. All right. And Hanged Man. So we go, oh, well, how is that a good thing? Because you've been raring to go. You've been like, yep. You've been getting a little frustrated, but these delays are necessary because there's some things behind the scenes that are working out for your good. You're thinking that you're causing the delay. No, this is necessary, but I would say this is giving you more time to prepare and get clear. Sharpen some things up. Right? Like, hey, let's tweak some things because when it's go time, you're going to be hitting the ground running. But right now, this is necessary, but it's blessed. And hey, I want you to affirm that things are actually going to work out better than you thought. Yeah, I know you get anxious when you have to wait for news, but in that space, I want you to fill it with confidence and optimism. Okay. And if there is something for you to deal with, you're very hooked up into it intuitively and you're going to know what to do. But this is, hey, get ready, tweak, be ready to roll. Okay. All right. Beautiful Lenora. Lenora. Hold your intention. Y'all have to excuse me. I had to turn off the air conditioner in my window unit for this, but we're getting up to 105 today. All right. The sun. Luck's about to be on your side. In fact, it looks like you're ending a run of bad luck and stuff that was set. Seems like you were just like, it's been like bowling pins or dominoes. It was like a long line of just one thing after another that was just failing. And it's like literally that was getting all the obstacles away because the sun is shining on you. There's something that you want, you're asking about. The sun is always an answer of yes, yes, but also a period of luck and blessing. And so if you've been kind of hiding out, you got to step out in the sun and start letting your gifts be known. Kind of, yeah, start rebuilding relationships. Okay. If that rings true, let me know. All right. Next, we're going to go to Remy. Let's see. We have more people on. All right. She's like, so right. Yes. Okay. Remy, hold your intention. Okay, so first I just want to say this. There's this wall, this curtain up that you can't even let yourself want anything right now. Just for a moment, I want you to let the curtain drop. And if you need to pull it back up, you can bring it right back up. But just for a minute, just for the reading, drop the curtain of fear of actually wanting something different. Okay? Because this card jumped out. The star, that is your North Star, your guidance, right? That's Aquarian energy. Isn't she beautiful? I'm sorry, we're not in family time. But look at the beautiful water lilies, and she's pouring out. There's plenty for her, right? She's connected to the universe. She's receiving the blessings from above. And so just, hi, Michaela, you will be next. So right now, the universe is saying, go ahead and wish. Or right here. And the water bearer, they're bringing to feed the world. And you and I did have a conversation. And we talked about what the next thing for you is. This is the sign I really feel like it's the confirmation, because being the water bearer, you're bringing your gifts and you're feeding the others. You're feeding humanity, nourishing them. But the universe has your back. All right. Definitely start tuning in to the women's groups, and I hope you start putting yourself out there in small ways. And there's a book I would encourage everybody to read, that it's by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. And when I see a woman who writes a book like this, I'm going to be recommending her book. But it's called 10x is easier than 2x, where we go, oh, if I could just like double my money that I'm making now, then I'd be okay. They go, actually, there's a million things that you could do to double your money, and that actually will take longer because you're unfocused. And if one thing's not working fast enough, you drop it and you go to the next. If you give yourself a 10x goal, a big enough goal, then you're more likely to achieve it, because it actually narrows the field of things to do. And then in the book, they talk about, hey, what is your ceiling? Like, what are your values? And then the floor, like, hey, what are your standards? And they have a lot of amazing techniques. So 10x is easier than 2x, Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. I'm working through that book right now, and I absolutely love it. I encourage everyone to read that book. If you've got some big dreams, this one will help you achieve it. Okay? All right. Oh, Remy, when she's done, be sure and share her with us, okay? All right, beautiful. And I hope I said your name right, Michaela or Michaela? Michaela seems right. Okay, so Michaela, I want you to hold the image of your intention of this is the money and your abundance. And let's see what message is coming through for you. All right, I'm waiting on a card to pop out. I'm riffling cards right here. Okay, this one jumped up. Oh, okay. All right, so this one seems hard, but this can actually work in your favor because when we see the devil card, that's ego. Okay, and we made a deal with the devil. Well, if you think about, if we go back to the Bible, which I think there's a whole other telling of this story, that when the snake said, hey, eat of the tree of life and you'll have all the knowledge, she already had all the knowledge. And so it was because she wasn't listening to her own connection, right? Your mind has been going, I can have this as soon as I do that. And then there's been a lot of um, critical, there's been, self criticism. And maybe you've been looking at some things and you don't necessarily like it. But I want you to know that it said pull the next card, and it is the Chariot card. And you have been going through a difficult time and that self doubt, but all of it has served you so that you could drop that story, reframe it, and go straight ahead. This is your time. Actually, you've got some good luck on your side. Okay. I hope that rings true and if that was helpful. Okay. Well, we have a smaller group today, but I just want to get some feedback. Was this helpful? Did you enjoy the? Oh no, I still need to do Emily. I am so sorry. I jumped past you. Emily. Forgive me, Emily. I saw your name and went, oh no, we aren't done yet. We're not done with Emily. Let's jump up. Emily, hold the idea. I know, Michaela, I hear you. Okay. Give me a second. Emily's problem is too many opportunities. The moon. And the moon is about tune in to your desire. There's always the sun that's, hey, there's that greater truth and we're going to reveal our true self. But the moon reveals our desires. So for you, and the moon goes through phases, right? And it feels like you have been kind of cycling through a lot, okay? But you have not really tuned in to what you truly desire. And if if your desire is to have a whole bunch of experiences, do that, right? But it feels like you're picking stuff up, dropping it, picking up stuff up and dropping it. You're having a lot of great conversations, but it doesn't seem to be going to the next place. This says for you to really spend time because you are in, is there a better word than crone? But you are in the return of your magic and your authority. And people are going to come to you for your experience and expertise. This is probably the most powerful time of your life. And there's a reason that society tries to tell us, oh, well, you're old and you're no good now because you're not sexually beautiful to men, right? You're not alluring. You can't make us babies. You're not, not there for our pleasure. Well, you're no longer available to service. What good are you? Well, now you're free of all that, and now you can be in your magic and your delight and your fun. But tune in and have a new conversation with your desire. Okay. And when you really get attuned to that and start aligning to it, your manifesting is going to just take off. That's been the biggest block for you that I see is you have not been holding the vision and like defending it and protecting it and honoring it by continuing on in the steps because it is so exciting to talk about possibilities, but you've been going through a lot of healing and nurturing and you just want to have fun because you busted your butt and worked so hard for so long. But there is something urging you to take advantage of your experience and the magic that you have right now. Okay? And Michaela's saying, yes, that resonates. And Emily's saying, thank you. All right. I'm going to see and make sure we don't have any new people or anyone I overlooked. All right. I do want to mention, thank you for joining, two things. One is that I am offering a money tarot reading that is at a discounted rate. This is about half of my normal rate. I hate to quote it in the video, but I'll just go ahead and say it. My normal one-on-one reading is $225. I'm offering this for $97, and this is for a full recorded reading. And then when I do the reading with you, we look at the whole big picture. It's past, present, future. And then we deal with whatever hidden, anything that needs to be dealt with, healed, resolved within you so that you can come into greater alignment with what it is that you desire, right? Sometimes some practical advice comes in, and then so we'll do a one command session around that where we are aligning you and connecting you into your highest and greatest power. And then we might map out what those practical steps, given what we have in an hour. So there is a lot more that goes on than just a general reading. This is very specific to you and what you need. And people always comment that they're just amazed at how much gets accomplished, how deep we're able to go, and what a big effect it has on them immediately. Like that measurable result, they're able to see changes instantly. That's their words, not mine. So in the description of this, I did put the link, and if with your permission, I see that I will put it in the group chat. And if you are interested, actually, this will make it easier. If you are interested and you want to get the link for this, just let me know and I'll make sure you get it. But I do have it in the description on how to book a call. So like the description of the call, the link is there already. Okay. The other thing I'm going to tell you about, hey, Becky, well, I'll make sure I cover you, is that every Tuesday we have a virtual commanding wealth circle, and the Facebook group is the @TOC Money Mindset Mastery. Join that group and you'll be able to get into these calls. It's hosted on Zoom. It's recorded live, and these are just beautiful sessions where we're coming together, we're creating this space so that we can align to each other and what it is that you're wanting to create, attract, or manifest in your life. We have beautiful healings here and teachings, and this is just where we hold the space for your success. Okay, and it's a free group, so I invite you to join. If you haven't already, please do so. Okay, all right, Miss Becky, you're next. Okay, let me take a little sip. Pardon me, it is quite warm. All right, Becky, I want to tune into you. Hey, hug your beautiful daughter for me. Think about this is fine. This is a money reading, your financial abundance. Let's see what comes up for you. Girl, yeah. You're on a new journey. The Fool card. And the thing is, you've been overthinking it. Like, oh gosh, how am I going to start over? Or I've got to go do this thing. Well, the Fool card, you see this angel? There's hidden support, but the path is already laid out for them. And so you literally can't do this wrong. If your intuition or guidance is saying it's time to go, it's time to move forward, it's time to step out, do it, because everything's going to line up for you. Don't overthink it, because you've got a relatively small window. I feel like if you don't make this decision and take action by this time next month, it'll be a while before your window comes back around. It feels urgent because right now the luck and the forces are with you. Okay, does that make sense? If that resonates, be sure and let me know. Emily's saying her reading was true. All right. Lenora, Anybody else? Did this resonate? Okay. All right. I'm going to put the link. Let me pull this up right quick. Let me see if I can find it. I did have it here. Um, I don't have it. I was not prepared to have the link to the reading. I hope you take advantage of this because this is a period that I'm opening up, kind of in between. I'm building a whole new program right now, and I don't usually have space open for one on one work. And so I would love to have a chance to connect with folks. If a tarot reading doesn't feel quite right, you can connect with me at this link right here. Oh, that's the commanding will circle. At this link, it's bit.ly/big vision coach. See those are capital letters. This takes you to my Calendly appointment calendar, and this sets us up for about a 30-minute window so that you and I just have a talk about your situation and find out, like what my suggestions might be. And then if I think we're a good enough fit, then I'll invite you to another conversation, and then we'll go from there to find out about working together. But I would love to have you do a reading with me. But if that's not a good fit for you initially and you just want to reach out to me, it's through the bit.ly/big vision coach. Okay. All right. Well, my love, I'm going to check the comments one more time. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lenora. I always appreciate you being on. Yeah. Emily said, yes, that was true. That was good. Thank you so much. All right. I appreciate all of you. All right. So, my love, until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everybody.